Uh, hello, hello, everyone
Hello,
that's
hello.
watching.
Testing, testing.
Yeah, testing, testing. So this is Elizabeth, Eleanor, and Nicolette Jane, and we're doing spiritual bites tomorrow at 9:30, and we're using a new technique. We are using a new platform called Restream, and both of us are healers, right? Not IT people.
We're totally not IT people.
That's right. So we're both going, oh my gosh, how does this work? What's going to happen? So we thought we'll come on here and we'll just be completely transparent in front of everyone,
Yep.
and we'll do a test. We've got 3 people watching already, so obviously they're watching either from Women of Light or from your page, Nicolette. What page are
Yes.
we?
And I've just shared it. I've just shared it into Soul Friends as well. So that I think
Okay.
that's worked.
So I'm going to paste and let's see if that works. So I've just put in the Women of Light link, and now I'm
Yep.
going to put in the link for Soul Friends. And hopefully that means that it's not just for us, but that everyone that's
Well,
watching
I
will
can see it.
You can see it?
Yeah. Yeah, it worked. Winning.
Awesome. Awesome. So we've got no idea what we're doing. 2 people are watching us just play. It's
Testing.
Sunday afternoon. And Nicolette, where are you?
I am in central Queensland, so near Longreach. Well, 2.5 hours from Longreach. My parents have an opal lease here, and the kids come out every June, July holidays for a couple of weeks, and I usually, my brothers and I come out for a week as well to spend time with mum and dad. And I'm really stoked because this little old caravan that I stay in normally doesn't have Wi-Fi, but my little brother put a booster in, so I'm able to be here instead of in the camp with 6 kids and mum and dad and buggies going in everywhere. And
That's awesome. That's cool. So the other thing that we're just playing with is, oh, wait a minute. I'm opening that up accidentally instead of I'm going to copy the link. Let's see if that works. So if you're watching and you want to watch tomorrow and ask us questions, let's see if that works. Did that just go up?
yeah.
Okay, so if you want to ask questions live and we can actually see them and then play with putting them on the screen and all that sort of stuff, then there's a link there that you can actually, it says invite your audience to connect their Facebook to Restream to show their name and profile picture. Send your viewers that link to start. So that's the link.
So then when they comment, it comes up with who they are, and
we can talk to you.
Yeah, I can see it on my Facebook page. I can see people's names, but yeah, if we want to, if someone asks a really good question and we want to display the question and their name, then they need to register.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works, isn't it?
So if you wanna watch live and you wanna hang with us, then use that link to add it to your Facebook, because I actually had to do that to put the app into the Facebook group as well, so that they yeah. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about the rights and wrongs of spirituality.
Yes.
And which is going to be heaps of fun. I've actually started making a list of things that we can talk about. So,
Really?
Yeah, because things just keep popping up. So I'm making a list of ideas of what we can talk about.
Yeah, well, the rights and wrongs just came up because I think we were chatting in one of our conversations, which is why we decided to do this. It's because our conversations always amazing wisdom comes out that appears to come from another place. And the whole theme around people go and study things that they're interested in, right? And then they get caught up in the right way to do something. And so I'm really passionate about people gaining information and then tuning into what the truth is for them. So you might take a little bit of what Elizabeth says and a little bit of what I say and a little bit of, other people who are in this world of spiritual, following that spiritual path in your own way. And tuning into that truth instead of what you've been told has been right or wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. So if you're on, we've got 4 people watching. That's so exciting.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm going to
Hi,
play
everybody.
with this. Look at this. You ready, everyone? Watch this. Ta-da!
Yoo! Ta-da!
Manifestation. We feel really chuffed that we're.
Oh, Facebook user says hello.
Ah, is that in the
Yeah,
chat?
see, that's what happens. It comes up as Facebook user if you don't put your name in there.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you've actually got to.
And I think that person must be commenting in your group because it's not coming up on my page.
Okay, so whoever that is, if you want to watch tomorrow, so let me see if I can put this on. Oh my gosh! Look at that! It's come up.
It works. Debbie Z says hello. So if you're watching and commenting, could you click on that? Elizabeth put the chat restream link in there. If you click on that, I think you can register your name so that when we bring it up, it actually has your name.
Yeah, look at that. That's so much fun, isn't it?
That is a lot of fun. We're upgrading our techiness.
We are. Oh, look. Okay, so she's actually Debbie has.
No, she hasn't.
Oh, she hasn't. She hasn't done it yet. Yeah, awesome.
Actually, I wonder if I can
have your name come up, then you can actually just click on the link and register with Restream, and it will help you to have your name up there as well. So that's pretty exciting. Thank you, Debbie, for watching. And we're playing and trying to work out IT and manifesting technology at the same time. So
I'm just going to see if
house. Hey?
I'm just going to see if I can register my name.
Okay. So tomorrow at 9:30 we're actually going to start the Spiritual Bites, and we're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff, right? Whatever. You can't see the Restream link. I think it's in the chat above.
Aha.
You've done it, Nicolette.
I did it. Okay.
We're going to be able to show Nicolette's. That's how it will work.
I'm just going to see if I can copy link. I'm just going to put the link in the comments again. From except it'll probably be on mine.
So is it coming up? Oh, that's
Can you do it again? Can you put it in again?
That's not the right one. Fancy doing this live, hey? Because that's what we do.
Well, we have to.
No. There's the one. Oh, look, I'm able to put the chat up on there.
So can you put that in the... Then they can't click on it, though.
No.
Can you put it in the comments?
I'm just wondering if it's something that I can resend. Not from... No, because every time I touch it, it wants to show it on the screen. So...
I found the link. I can't make it to the Monday session due to work. Okay. Yeah, she found the link. Well,
But you know what?
I think if
Still register, Debbie, because I'm going to be using it for other things. This is a new thing for me to be playing with. So I'll be in YouTube and my personal page and Women of Light and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to play around with it. So if you want to still register, then you can still watch any other. Now we've got 7 people watching.
That's so cool. Actually, would you mind if I share something, Elizabeth?
Go for it. Absolutely.
Totally unrelated, but well, not really, because all of our conversations are related. But I have actually been on a bit of a journey the last couple of weeks where I've had a detox from Facebook and Instagram. I actually took them off my phone, and I only interacted with. I've only been interacting with my group and my client group, and very minimal. And I haven't actually been reading, like, as a business owner on social media, very much trained to well, I don't know if we're trained to it or if it's something that just happens. I was, prior to this 2 weeks, I was so focused on all the notifications that came through, on comments on my posts and promotions on things, on comments that people responded to. If I posted, like if you've seen any of my stuff before, you probably know that I'm an artist and a poet. So I would post like artwork and poetry, and I was so focused on that energetic feedback and it was very much validating why I was doing it. Yeah, so having the break from it, I'm now what I'm putting out there. I'm actually, the posts that I've done, I've actually been sending my VA the last couple of days. Can you post this for me? And I haven't been attached to the outcome of that. So it's like me gifting my energy without my ego needing the validation of who's seeing it, how many views, how many likes. And I realize where else that is playing out in my life. So this is my spiritual journey over the last couple of weeks is, okay, where am I putting myself out there to be validated by other people and for my ego to be massaged, and how can I let go of that and actually just recognize other people where they're showing up and not worry about what I'm doing, but give for the sake of giving, not for the sake of receiving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And so while we're having that conversation, who finds themselves addicted in the same way as Nicolette is talking about? Not necessarily an addiction, right? But, having that.
Oh, it is. I believe it is. Every notification we get on Facebook, every comment, every like is a hit of dopamine.
Yeah, right. And so how are you feeling without that hit of dopamine? How have you been feeling since?
To begin with, I was going through these periods of feeling quite anxious, like I'm missing something. And now I feel this beautiful sense of calm and, and being present in the moment rather than worrying about what's happening on my Facebook feed. Yeah. Beautiful. So I just wanted to share that because, and I have a poem that I wrote this morning that I mind sharing, if you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely. So whoever's still watching, just to, we're going to be doing spiritual bites. I do that all the time. I go forward and look like I'm crazy. Because I'm always moving stuff on my on my thing, what do you call it, on my chair. If you have missed, we're going to be doing spiritual bites tomorrow at 9:30 on our different pages. And if you want to check this out, look at this thing that I can do. How exciting. Ta-da! Ta-da! If you are interested in being part of that, then check the link that is in the feed in the comments. So either Nicolette's put one in or I put one in a bit further up, and you can actually
Yours is right at the
register.
beginning, which I think is the right one.
Yeah, so you can register for Restream, and then we can actually put your information up. So right now, for example, I can put up that Debbie, because Debbie hasn't registered yet, but she's put in her name, so she's watching what we're doing, and she knows that she has to put her name in because she hasn't registered yet. So thank you so much, Debbie, for being part of this and playing with us. Give for the sake of giving instead of for the sake of receiving. Love it. Thank you, Nicolette. So we have the opportunity to, we're playing around with this thing called Restream. And so we can put your comments on. So if you go up and find the registration, you can register in Restream. And then we can actually put your details up, because Nicolette did it before. And this is what happened when she, see, you can get.
Yeah, and then it puts your profile picture there as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
hey there.
So fun, right? So I just thought I'd say that.
That's awesome.
So I just thought I'd say that while you were looking for your poem. So we would love to hear your poem, Nicolette.
We're going to want to do this every day.
I know, it's going to be fun.
Oh dear. Okay.
Things going past.
So I wrote this morning. I went for a walk. There's hills behind us here, and I went for a walk over the hills, and there's all sorts of beautiful scenery and things. Someone's saying where, how and where. So if you scroll down in the comments, there's a link that says chat.restream. And Elizabeth put it in
here. Oh, but I can't.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, someone else has just re-commented it.
Oh, awesome.
It looks different to the one you posted, but hopefully it'll still work.
Yeah.
Okay, so my poem this morning, after all these downloads about the energetic feedback that I've been getting from, or the energetic validation that I've just fell into seeking, thinking that I was, I'm watching business sake, right? But then I realized that it's a slippery slope, as my mother would say. She says it's a slippery slope when you have wines every night, but it's the same thing.
A little bit different, but the same at the same time.
But same thing, same sort of addiction, right? Okay, so this is me sitting on the hill this morning. She realized as she sat on that hill, the loop she was running, with the love she requires each and every day, the validation she seeks, confirming the way. It's a pointless exercise, as no one else knows the beauty within and the splendor that grows as she peels back the layers and dives the deep depths. No one else cares or wants to make sense. They're on their own journey with splendor awaiting. So display with her might the dreams she's creating. They can't see it, sense it, or feel it. So she's decided to stop asking them to. But to wipe her own lenses, clear her own view, to seek out the splendor that others create, hold it up to light and show it to them. The feelings she's seeking from others to her will run right through her in a different direction. Have you got goosebumps? I've got goosebumps. Will run right through her in a different direction, but they'll feel even better, a miracle injection of confidence, calming and deepened connection. She sees it now upon her reflection. It's always been about her contribution and all of the wondrous feels. Time to halt her ego from steering the wheels and let go.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it, Nicolette.
And it feels so nice to share that from a place of I just want to share it. It doesn't matter who receives it or who needs to hear it today. See, it makes me teary. That's inconsequential. It's not about me.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. When moving into forgetting about everyone else. This is what I call selfish.
Yeah.
Like like this is about being selfish and not caring about other people and what they're doing, but staying with your own path and staying connected to your own spiritual
That's
nature.
interesting, because it's not the way that you would. It's not what you would normally associate with selfish. The word selfish.
No, because selfish. Most people think that selfish means that you're taking for yourself from a place of powerless or from a place of something. But when you're completely selfish, like I'm selfish all the time, because the very first thing that whenever something goes on, it's me that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that I wrote that poem for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not, and I feel whole in writing of that, and I feel whole in sharing that. I don't need anything else. I don't need, like, that's beautiful that Debbie has said. Beautiful, Nicolette. Thank you so much, Debbie. But that I don't feel that same rush that I felt a couple of weeks ago of, validation, because I don't actually need it. It's like I'm sharing for the sake of giving, not for the sake of receiving, like I said before.
Yeah, because when you're being selfish, you're filling your cup. And in my understanding or my own growth within that, when I'm full, I give all the time.
Yeah.
Just coming from the heart with no agenda, with no, thinking I'm getting anything back, with no need for anything back. And I also believe that doesn't mean that as a human being that you don't need acknowledgement every so often. Not validation. There's a difference. I think that being acknowledged helps to fill you up as, like we're as our little individual self. But validation is when you're seeking something outside of yourself for approval, and there's something, that means there's something lacking, right?
Yeah.
So, but when you're being acknowledged, it's the edification that keeps, it's that beautiful dance and that harmony of,
true.
Souls being together and connecting,
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
We can't help it.
No, we've started again. See, look, Spiritual Bites has already started.
with the test run.
Yeah.
We're like 22 minutes in.
That's why we thought that we would share, right? Because we have these conversations all the we'll have them online and have other people be part of the understanding and the connection and be able to comment and all that sort of stuff. So I've
got all these questions running through my head just from that. Do you mind if we go another couple of minutes? Can I ask you something?
Go for it. Yeah.
So I had someone say to me recently, you like being the center of attention. And I said, yeah, well, I suppose that's right. But I think I've always thought of it as, I don't mind being the center of attention. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I don't duck my head but then the way that it was said doesn't sit well with me, because it's like, you're an attention seeker. And I guess that's a lot of what prompted all of this self-reflection about what's feeding my ego and chopping off from Facebook and Instagram and that feeder of energy or dopamine. So my question is, you were saying about there's a difference between validation and acknowledgement. So how does, because I know for you, being the center of attention doesn't actually sit easily. Does it? Because you're an introvert.
Yeah, I'm an introvert. A lot of people wouldn't believe it, right? But I'm an introvert. So I don't take any notice of whether I'm being noticed or not.
But did you ever? Like, I'm wondering whether that's a difference between.
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
that was that whole thing about shining brightly, because we've talked about that before, where I said that I shined really brightly, and especially blonde hair, big friggin' smile, right? So
Yeah.
I've told you before, I never used to wear pink or blue because I would like blow people away.
Light
Like I
up.
just
Yeah.
light up. And so
Yeah.
so when I was younger, I like the dark colors are still something that I generally feel more comfortable in. Actually, it's really interesting because I don't have a color that, like, I do put other colors on and it doesn't affect me anymore, right? But it did when I was younger. So I used to wear a lot of dark colors. But when, like, how do I say this? So I don't even think about the fact that people are watching. Like, I'm sitting here, I think I've got mascara on, I've got no makeup on, like.
Yeah, no, me neither. My face is red because
I
it's
know,
hot in
but
this
you're
van.
10 years younger than me, dude.
Oh, yeah, but who can tell? Who can tell the age difference between us? Come on. No one can.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, before I would have had a problem with it, but now I'm just like, get the message out, obviously that there's something that I've got that people want to hear because they're listening and they're watching. And so, I don't see that as hierarchy and all that sort of stuff, right? But you've got stuff. My daughter says something profound this morning, like you can hear wisdom come from anyone's mouth.
Yeah.
All the time, because it's not mine, it's not yours, it's channeled. We all channel, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think about whether I'm the center of attention. By the way, actually, that's a little bit get me in a party or something, or in a group of people where we're all just talking and socializing. I'm getting better, but I generally feel a little bit uncomfortable. I used to feel a lot uncomfortable because I'm just, like, actually, to tell you the truth, I'm just thinking now, maybe because of lockdown, I haven't had the experience a lot, but I actually am more comfortable in my skin now in those situations. But before, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't go anywhere because I didn't like being just like, being there, because I had an old story of that I didn't know how to communicate with people. So it was an old it's an old story of not feeling comfortable talking to people. But now I'm actually curious. I've forgotten about myself and I'm curious about other people. So I tend to I'll let people
and it's that whole change around of it's not about me.
Yeah. So I often, and in fact, I've said it a couple of times only because it's been recent. When I was up in Cairns, I went to a girlfriend's house and she's got two girls. I actually did a Facebook interview with her on my Women of Light page and group. And one of them, Alicia, the eldest, had said to her mum, out of all your friends, we like Elizabeth most, or something like that. I shouldn't say that because there's other friends on here. But when Kathy asked her why, she said because she includes us in the conversation. She's interested in what we've got to say. She listens, and we feel comfortable being included in the conversation. And
my kids and stepkids felt the same about you. They were like, wow, she's lived a life. And and they felt really comfortable talking to you, and they'd only just met you. Like, normally, especially my stepkids would boundary ride visitors. Like, especially people that I don't know, not like, here's another weird friend of Nikki's.
See, that's all the stuff that we talk about in, like, these are the things that, and you help women, and you work with men and women. You do, don't
Yeah,
you?
men and yeah.
So you help people to find and understand themselves and heal themselves, and the same in Conscious Creator, but specifically in, and it hasn't started yet, but it's Conscious Creator Business, how to stop, listen, ask questions, build rapport,
Yeah.
understand the other person and what makes them tick, so that
Mm.
people feel comfortable with you, trust you, and therefore want to be part of your reality, want to engage with you in a business way,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
got something that is going to be valuable for me, so therefore I'll join in whatever she's doing or whatever.
Mm.
And so when we're not in that place, it's because we've got patterns, old stories and
Yeah.
stuff, and those vibrations come up and people feel them, whether they think that they're not energetically spiritual or understand vibration. We actually all first communicate with energy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
people say,
And
they
those
walk
old
into a room and they
stories,
can feel it.
really, that's what our energy leads with, is whatever's going on as the subconscious or underlying story. Like my story has always been that someone else knows better, someone else knows the way, because my dad is a leader and I've just followed him from when I was born. And so him not being my leader anymore, I would defer to partners, business coaches, because someone else knows the way, right?
Yeah.
When no one else knows the way that is right for me to run my business. No one else knows the way that is right for me to live my life but me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that story is but it's been running for like 40 years. I'm 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? Hey, because my story was that similar. Everyone else knew what was right, and I didn't, because I was brought up not to listen to my own intuition or my feelings, or to listen to what my mum had to say, and that was it. And
Yep.
but yeah, I
And
think
finding that listening to our own intuition, that's what I do with my clients. So I put them in situations where they have to listen to their intuition, and I don't give them a choice, basically, and they start to recognize that their intuition is always right.
Yes.
Yeah, and I call it the intuition muscle.
Yeah. You've got to use it, right?
Yeah. I think my brother's just got on.
I think we've been on
half an hour.
We've been. I was 333, by the way, when I looked up. Remember when I gave you the thing before and it was 333 at this? So threes are our number.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You send it through.
I think we're going to find Spiritual Bites are going to be really challenging to do within half an hour. So we're going to
yeah, we might have to leave a bit of it.
Muck around a lot. We were mucking around and doing stuff. Before.
So. The other thing too, I wrote that poem and I looked down at my phone because I wrote it into my phone, and I started writing it at 11:11.
I love it. Hey. So thank you to whoever's still watching. There's 4 people that I can see. This was us just testing it out. I wonder if I can change. Can I just change things? I can. Look at that.
Cool.
I can change things. I don't know what that will do. Picture in a picture.
Someone said, love your poetry. Who's that?
I'm just playing around with this just to see what will happen. I don't know what that one's supposed to be. Or I'm supposed to have something on it next to it. So anyway, thank you so much. Someone's just written something. we'll pull one of your cards tonight.
Oh, it's Shalinda. Hi, Shalinda.
Hi, Shalinda. How you going? It's lovely to have you on here. So at least we know it works.
Yay.
Which is so exciting.
Tech test complete.
Yes, after 35 minutes.
We're just like, oh, let's just chat because.
Yeah. So was that the only question you had, by the way? Or will we make it a spiritual bites?
Yeah, I think that ego validation, what was the word you used? Acknowledgement. I think we could do a whole spiritual bites on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the difference between being. Well, I feel like it could be called healthy ego and unhealthy ego, or something like there's something to do with that in there.
Yeah. And by the way, I reckon that we don't need to have a title each time because we should just let it flow sometimes. That was one of the challenges that I found with the Dose of Sunshine, that I'd have to come up with a subject every week.
We totally don't. No. And if we're struggling, I'll draw a card.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
But also, whoever jumps on, we can say, does anyone have any questions today? You can just have open ones, and we just questions come through.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So it would be lovely if you see in the chat. I'm just going to say there, for people that are watching that might have missed it, in the chat there is a link to register with Restream, so that while you're watching, we have the opportunity to put your little thing up and we can chat directly with you, and know who you are at the same time. So, okay, thank you so much for the 4 people that are watching. I don't know where you're watching from. That is so lovely. If you're watching from Nicolette's business page, you can jump into her Soul Friends if you're not already there. It's a group, Nicolette's public group, or Women of Light Movement, which is my private group. I made it private a long time ago, and I don't think you can change it back. So, but anyway, if you want to jump in, you can jump into either of them. And we are going to be live again tomorrow at 9:30. I'll make sure that my room's nice and warm.
You're not freezing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sitting here moving my legs backwards and forwards.
I would normally be at home with all my artwork behind me, but I'm in a very old caravan in the middle of nowhere. But very grateful to have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Take care.
See you all tomorrow.
Yes. Bye all. We'll see you tomorrow. Come with your questions.